Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Lars.
And on today's Going In Raw news brief, Lars Sullivan posts a ridiculous creative pitch for his WWE character. Thea Trinidad will soon be a free agent. And we're going to preview tonight's Impact. But first, has Nia Jax broken the internet with My Hole? Larson, what's in the news?
So, in case you missed it last night, I know Steve did.
I totally missed it. But I watched I watched this part that we're about to reference this morning. Yes. Once again, thanks to the Enforcer for holding it down in my spot last night.
Yes, thank you so much, Enforcer. It was a lot of fun. So, in case you missed it last night, during a tables match between Nia Jax and Lana, Nia attempted a leg drop on the apron onto Lana. Lana rolled out of the way, so Nia leg dropped the apron, and after Impact to really sell it, she yelled out, "Ah, my hole!" Naturally.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Great.
I watched that little bit. Nice to see Lana get the tables win there. And I'll be honest, man. I watched like I don't know, a little chunk of that match leading up to that moment. Nia, honestly, like, say what you will about her actual wrestling skills, I still think they need to just completely simplify her moveset, not have her stray at all from what she does. Her character work is great. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's great. When she was giving the business to Naomi, it has been. It's been good for a while now.
So naturally, internet saw that. It became a thing, trending on Twitter. And now a Brooklyn-based bidet company has reached out to Nia about becoming a spokesperson for their brand. Tushy's CEO sent Nia a letter, which Wrestling Inc. Got as well, in which Nia was offered a complimentary Tushy 3.0 bidet to try out, as well as the opportunity to potentially become the company's brand ambassador, as quotes from this letter, so that she could, quote, speak to the many features our bidet offers athletes.
Are you a fan of bidets?
I have actually never tried one.
I've never tried a bidet before. I don't have much of a desire to. Because I've gone 42 years, almost 43 years using a tried and true method, of wiping my ass. I think I'm good just with that, right?
I haven't been so interested as to go out and purchase one, but you mentioned the tried and true method. Essentially, what you're doing is just rubbing stuff into that area until like no more comes off. I don't know how clean it really is,
but it's been. Do you understand? It's been 42 plus years that I've been doing this successfully.
But what if you got one of those? You got a bidet, you installed it on your toilet, and the first time you used it, it was like you had an epiphany. It Magical. Was a transcendent experience.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would happen, but hats off to this bidet company seeing an opportunity to get their brand out there. Seeing something trending on social media, they think they could use to their advantage. Whether Nia Jax actually becomes the brand ambassador for Tushy remains to be seen. But it's pretty clever for them, Tushy, to go out there and try to make something of this.
Well, I'm always anxious to get back to Europe. I had a wonderful trip there with the family a year and a half ago.
You're in Europe. You never encountered a bidet?
I don't know how big the UK part of Europe, because that's all I was. I was just in the UK. So yeah, no, but I'm antsy to get to like France. I think in France, bidet, I think is where it comes from. I'm maybe I'll give it a shot. When in France, right?
Why not? Maybe you'll try it out. And you're like, this is the way to go.
Maybe I'll never look back. Anyway, somebody who is looking back on silly gimmicks that are worthy of We Book Raw, Larson. Yeah. Lars Sullivan, former WWE superstar, of course, real name Dylan Miley, took to Instagram to show what appears to be a creative pitch for his character that was, and according to your notes here, some editorializing, you say, thankfully, I say not so fast with that. That was rejected. It shows Lars dressed in some rich Uncle Pennybags type gear.
That's Mr. Monopoly.
including shorthand, Mr. Monopoly, including a monocle, and he captioned the picture with the brilliant behemoth Lawrence Sullivan. Larson, do you think this Julius Pringles inspired gimmick would have worked for Lars? Could he have been? Doesn't Mr. Peanut have a have a monocle
Top
as well?
hat, monocle, yes.
Those are like the three sort of bourgeois monocle wearing pop culture icons. Mr. Monopoly,
they're the
Pringles.
touchstones of 1920s wealth and influence. Yes.
Could the brilliant behemoth Lawrence Sullivan have made the Mount Rushmore of said pop culture icons?
Doubtful, because this is the type of thing that that they would have tried in like the early 90s.
Yeah,
and would
1990s,
have flown only because that's what, like everybody had a ridiculous gimmick back then.
Yeah.
These days, no one has gimmicks like this anymore.
This screams, I'm trying to justify my paycheck. It's, hey, I haven't been doing anything, whoever this creative person is. And I say that meaning the person in creative, not actually creative. And they whipped together this ridiculous outfit and whatever this gimmick was to pitch to Vince and Lars and whoever. And they did this.
Mm-hmm. I will say this, like, so there's two stills here. And one is what you'd assume is entrance attire with the monocle and the hat and the jacket and all. That's ridiculous. But the second picture of him with just the pants with the suspenders.
Yeah.
I actually thought that looked kind of neat.
Yeah, the thing these days is Peaky Blinders. Is if you can get a guy that looks like he's a fighter in the Nick, from the early 1900s, I think that's great. Now, what you don't want to go with is entrance attire that makes it look like he's going to be mingling with Mark Twain at one of those old-fashioned parties.
Yes, exactly.
or William McKinley.
Or you walk up next to him and he's like, okay, you're standing in Park Place. You owe me X number of dollars.
Yeah. Is he gonna? Yeah. To pass jail or go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to he's gonna drop a promo on J.P. Morgan. No, I don't want to see that in my wrestling. Thank you very much. What I do want to see in my wrestling though is more formerly known as Zelina Vega, Thea Trinidad. Good news on that front. This comes to you from the great people over at Fightful Select. Go subscribe to FightfulSelect.com. Sean Ross Sapp had this to say. She's nearing the end. Apparently this week is going to be the end of her 90-day no-compete clause. We have not heard of any company specifically expressing interest in signing her, which doesn't mean it will happen. Which doesn't mean it will not happen. It's oftentimes the promotions don't tip their hands before they can even make a move. So maybe these promoters are just waiting out this time. I can't believe for a second that none of these promoters are just chomping at the bit, waiting for this thing to be up so they can all offer her deals. I'd be shocked if she didn't end up, if she wants to go to another wrestling company.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if she didn't land somewhere. She'd be a great addition to any number of promotions.
Agreed.
So that's pretty cool.
Speaking of wrestling promotions, Impact Wrestling is on tonight. We'll be doing our live co-stream over on the twitch.tv/Steven Larson, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We got a preview for Impact Wrestling. First item here, Rich Swann, Tommy Dreamer. They got a contract signing for their title bout at No Surrender this Saturday.
Yeah, dude, that's exciting. Unfortunately, we won't be watching No Surrender. We will be watching Impact tonight, so that's a lot of fun. Good Brothers versus the thrown together tag team of James Storm and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Beer Drinkers, the Motor City Beer Money.
There you go. There, I guess, yeah.
Motor City Money.
Next, the returning ODB. Her first bout is coming back to Impact Wrestling. She'll be taking on Kimberly.
Also, we've got Kiera Hogan versus Nevaeh. Of course, those tag teams are currently in a big feud.
And then finally, 8-man tag action. One team consisting of Chris Bay, Blake Christian, Davari, and Ace Austin taking on the team of Trey Miguel, Suicide, Josh Alexander, and Willie Mack.
Ooh, I hope
that should be a fun match.
If that should be a lot of fun. I hope Moose doesn't show up, because if he does, Willie Mack's getting his ass kicked. Anyways, that's going to do it. Hopefully you guys join us tonight at twitch.tv/Steven Larson for our Impact watch along. It's a lot of fun, man. We just sit there. You get to watch the wrestling on our screen.
Yep.
You, me, the Enforcer. We just sit there, shoot the shit. It's a lot of fun. So come hang out with us, please. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steve and Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steve Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steve Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steve Larson.